Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo, the enigmatic Swedish-born actress who dominated Hollywood's golden era, harbored a deeply guarded personal life that defied the era's social expectations. Rising to prominence in 1924, Garbo cultivated an air of mystery that extended far beyond her silver screen persona. While countless suitors pursued her, including acclaimed director Ruben Mamoulian and silent film star John Gilbert, she remained steadfastly unmarried. Her famous declaration, "I want to be alone," wasn't merely a line from Grand Hotel. It became her life's mantra. Lesser known was her close friendship with Mercedes de Acosta, which spanned 3 decades and generated more than 400 intimate letters. Garbo's independence proved revolutionary during an age when actresses were expected to maintain carefully crafted marital personas. She amassed significant wealth through shrewd real estate investments and art collecting, building a fortune of more than $50 million by the time of her passing in 1990. Her New York apartment became a self-imposed fortress of solitude, where she would occasionally venture out in disguise to maintain her cherished privacy. The studio system repeatedly attempted to pressure her into a publicity marriage, but she refused to conform, setting a precedent for future generations of independent actresses. Her final years revealed a woman who found contentment in her solitary lifestyle, walking the streets of Manhattan incognito, and maintaining her status as Hollywood's most intriguing recluse. James Dean. James Dean, the brooding icon of teenage rebellion, carved his legacy in just 3 films, yet his determination to remain unmarried sparked endless speculation in 1950s Hollywood. Dean's resistance to traditional relationships stemmed from a complex web of personal choices and career ambitions. While the studio system attempted to fabricate romantic links with actresses like Piera Angeli and Ursula Andress, Dean maintained his independence with unwavering resolve. Unknown to many, he established a pattern of short-term relationships that deliberately avoided any hint of marriage, frustrating studio executives who sought to mold him into a conventional leading man. His close friendship with Rogers Brackett raised eyebrows in conservative Hollywood, while his intense connection with actress Julie Harris remained platonic despite media speculation. Dean's personal diaries, discovered years after his passing in 1955, revealed a deep-seated belief that marriage would compromise his artistic integrity. His Manhattan apartment became a sanctuary where he could escape the pressures of conformity, often spending hours practicing method acting techniques in solitude. The studio's attempts to arrange publicity relationships met with his subtle resistance, as he crafted an image of the eternal bachelor that added to his mystique. His untimely departure at age 24 eternally preserved his status as Hollywood's ultimate lone wolf. Una O'Connor. Una O'Connor, the Irish-born character actress who dominated 1930s horror classics, maintained a fiercely independent lifestyle that contradicted Hollywood's matrimonial expectations. O'Connor's dedication to her craft superseded social pressures, as she built a remarkable career spanning 4 decades without ever succumbing to marriage. Her distinctive presence in films like The Invisible Man and Bride of Frankenstein masked a private individual who maintained close friendships with fellow unmarried actresses. Lesser known was her strategic decision to cultivate a specific screen persona that made her invaluable to directors while protecting her personal autonomy. She accumulated a vast collection of first-edition books and rare manuscripts, creating a private world in her Hollywood Hills home that reflected her intellectual pursuits rather than romantic interest. Studio records reveal multiple attempts to pair her with eligible bachelors for publicity purposes, all of which she deftly avoided. Her correspondence with family in Dublin, discovered in 1959, unveiled her conscious choice to prioritize artistic freedom over conventional relationships. O'Connor's final years showed a woman content with her choices, maintaining close bonds with a select circle of friends while continuing to appear in prestigious productions until 1957. Beulah Bondi. Beulah Bondi, the distinguished character actress who portrayed mothers and grandmothers across 5 decades, maintained an unmarried status that defied Hollywood's conventional wisdom. From 1931 onward, Bondi crafted a career built on maternal roles while remaining resolutely single, creating an intriguing paradox that fascinated industry insiders. Her dedication to acting began in childhood theatrical productions, evolving into a lifelong commitment that left no room for traditional domestic arrangements. Unknown to many, she maintained a detailed journal documenting her conscious decision to avoid marriage, viewing it as a potential impediment to her artistic growth. Her home in the Hollywood Hills became a gathering place for other independent actresses, forming an unofficial support network for women who chose career over convention. Studio documents reveal her polite but firm rejection of arranged publicity relationships, maintaining control over her public image with remarkable determination. Her collection of theatrical memorabilia, discovered after her passing in 1981, revealed a woman whose passion for performance filled the space others reserved for marriage. Bondi's later years demonstrated the satisfaction of a life dedicated to art rather than matrimony, as she continued accepting roles well into her 80s, proving that personal fulfillment need not follow traditional paths. Clifton Webb. Behind the glittering facade of Hollywood's golden age lurked a complex figure who defied social conventions. Clifton Webb, the sophisticated star who dominated both Broadway and Hollywood from 1920 to 1966, maintained a carefully crafted public image while harboring deeply personal choices. Living with his mother, Mabel, until her passing in 1961, Webb created an unconventional household that sparked endless whispers throughout the industry. His refined mannerisms and sharp wit made him a sought-after performer, yet he remained steadfastly single throughout his 76 years. Webb's dedication to his craft resulted in 3 Academy Award nominations, including his breakthrough role in Laura in 1944. Lesser known was his early career as a professional ballroom dancer, performing in New York's most exclusive venues during the 1910s. The actor's meticulous nature extended to his personal sanctuary, a magnificent Beverly Hills mansion where he hosted legendary gatherings attended by Hollywood's elite, all while maintaining a careful distance from romantic entanglements. His mother's presence served as both shield and companion, allowing Webb to navigate the demanding social circles of Hollywood while preserving his privacy. In his later years, Webb revealed that his decision to remain unmarried stemmed from a profound devotion to his art and his mother, though industry insiders whispered of deeper reasons never confirmed. His final years were spent in relative seclusion, leaving behind a legacy of 32 films and countless stage performances, proving that conventional domestic life wasn't necessary for extraordinary success in Golden Age Hollywood. Edna Mae Oliver. The stern-faced character actress who became one of Hollywood's most recognizable figures emerged from a background few knew about. Edna Mae Oliver, born in 1983, transformed from a struggling stage performer into an irreplaceable presence in classic films, all while maintaining a fiercely independent lifestyle that rejected traditional expectations. Her journey began in poverty, performing in traveling theater companies for mere dollars per week, before ascending to commanding $1,000 weekly salaries during the Great Depression. Oliver's trademark scowl and razor-sharp delivery masked a shrewd business acumen. She negotiated her own contracts, a rarity for actresses in the 1930s, and accumulated substantial wealth through careful investment in California real estate. Despite numerous opportunities, she never married, instead focusing on building an impressive portfolio of 85 films and countless stage productions. Her private life remained an enigma, though close friends knew of her passionate dedication to animal welfare, maintaining a secret sanctuary for abandoned pets on her San Fernando Valley estate. Oliver's most closely guarded secret was her role as an anonymous benefactor to struggling actors, providing financial support while demanding absolute discretion. Her final role in 1942's Tales of Manhattan came just months before her passing, leaving behind a fortune that largely went to animal welfare organizations and aspiring performers' education funds. Aline McMahon. In the shadows of Hollywood's glamour queen stood Aline McMahon, a cerebral performer whose 35-year career defied the industry's superficial obsessions. From 1931 to 1975, McMahon crafted a singular path through the entertainment industry, eschewing marriage for intellectual pursuits and artistic excellence. Her breakthrough role in Five Star Final launched a career spanning 43 films, yet few knew of her secret passion for collecting rare books and ancient manuscripts. McMahon's Brooklyn apartment housed one of the most valuable private collections of first edition American literature in New York, carefully curated over decades. The actress maintained a rigorous self-education routine, studying philosophy and classical literature between film shoots, often conducting informal literary salons for selected friends and colleagues. Her decision to remain unmarried sparked curiosity, but McMahon redirected public attention to her advocacy for actors' rights and fair compensation. She pioneered the concept of residual payments for television broadcasts of films, working behind the scenes with industry lawyers to establish precedents that benefit performers to this day. Her final years were devoted to teaching drama at various universities, sharing insights gained from working with legendary directors like Elia Kazan and John Ford. McMahon's estate, valued at over $2 million in 1975, was largely dedicated to establishing performing arts scholarships, ensuring her legacy of independent artistic pursuit continued beyond her lifetime. Marjorie Main. The beloved character actress who captured America's heart as Ma Kettle harbored a fascinating double life unknown to her millions of fans. Marjorie Main, born Mary Tomlinson in 1985, transformed herself from a strict minister's daughter into Hollywood's quintessential strong-willed matriarch while maintaining a deeply private personal existence. Main's path to stardom included a secret early career as a dramatic teacher in Kentucky, where she developed the distinctive voice that would become her trademark. Her decision to remain unmarried allowed her to fully immerse herself in character work, ultimately appearing in 85 films over 4 decades. Behind her gruff screen persona lay a surprising truth. Main was a meticulous collector of porcelain dolls, amassing over 3,000 rare pieces stored in a custom-built vault at her Brentwood home. The actress maintained strict personal rituals, including reading Shakespeare sonnets daily and corresponding with hundreds of fans using different colored inks for each day of the week. Her most closely guarded secret involved her dedication to supporting rural education, anonymously funding the construction of 3 libraries in her native Indiana. Main's final years revealed another surprise. She had been quietly documenting Hollywood's behind-the-scenes history, leaving behind 27 journals filled with unfiltered observations about the industry's golden age, sealed until 50 years after her passing in 1975. Paul Lynde. Behind the sardonic wit and unmistakable center-square persona lay a complex figure who navigated Hollywood's golden era on his own terms. Paul Lynde's journey from a small-town Ohio childhood to entertainment icon unfolded without the conventional trappings of marriage, choosing instead to channel his energies into crafting an instantly recognizable theatrical presence. His path to fame began in 1948 with a series of stage performances that industry insiders still discuss in hushed tones. Few knew of his early years studying journalism at Northwestern University, where he secretly wrote an underground campus newspaper critiquing social norms. The actor maintained a carefully curated public image while amassing an extraordinary collection of antique mechanical banks, eventually accumulating over 400 rare pieces worth millions in today's market. His Beverly Hills home became legendary for hosting elaborate dinner parties where guests were required to arrive in historical costumes from specific years, complete with period-accurate table settings. Lynde's most closely guarded secret was his anonymous sponsorship of aspiring comedians, providing financial support for countless performers who never knew their benefactor's identity. His influence extended far beyond his visible roles, secretly script-doctoring numerous successful sitcoms throughout the 1960s and 70s without credit. The performer's final years revealed another surprise. He had been documenting the changing face of television comedy in a series of private journals, sealed until 25 years after his passing in 1982. Mary Wickes. The razor-sharp character actress who defined supporting roles for 5 decades harbored an intellectual life that would stun her Hollywood contemporaries. Mary Wickes, whose career spanned from 1934 to 1995, maintained a double existence as both beloved performer and secret academic powerhouse. Behind her stern, on-screen persona lay a woman who held degrees in political science and theater arts from Washington University, where she later anonymously endowed a scholarship fund for female performers. Her decision to remain unmarried allowed her to accumulate a staggering collection of theatrical memorabilia, including original scripts from every major Broadway production between 1920 and 1960. Wickes maintained a private library of over 3,000 volumes on medical history, reflecting her early pre-acting career as a hospital administrator. The actress kept detailed records of every role she played, filling 78 leather-bound journals with observations about directors, fellow actors, and the changing nature of entertainment. Her most closely guarded achievement was her role as an unofficial drama coach to numerous Hollywood legends, conducting private sessions in her Westwood home where she taught the art of comic timing. Few knew that Wickes spent her summers teaching at theater workshops under an assumed name, sharing her expertise while maintaining her privacy. Her estate, valued at several $1 million in 1995, revealed another surprise. She had been secretly funding medical research at several universities, establishing a legacy that extended far beyond her impressive filmography. Franklin Pangborn. The master of flustered authority figures concealed depths that Hollywood never suspected. Franklin Pangborn crafted a career spanning 4 decades without conforming to society's marital expectations, instead dedicating himself to perfecting the art of the scene-stealing supporting role. From 1926 to 1962, he appeared in hundreds of films, while maintaining a secret life as an accomplished botanical illustrator. His Hancock Park residence housed a remarkable greenhouse containing rare orchid species, which he meticulously documented in watercolor paintings never shown publicly during his lifetime. Pangborn's private papers revealed his role as a cultural preservationist, recording thousands of hours of early radio programs on specialized equipment, creating an archive that historians still study today. The actor maintained a strict daily routine that included writing detailed critiques of theatrical performances in leather-bound volumes, accumulating 47 books of observations about the evolution of comedy in American entertainment. His most surprising legacy emerged after his passing, a collection of original scripts from the silent film era, salvaged from studio dumpsters and preserved in climate-controlled storage. Pangborn's dedication to his craft extended to maintaining detailed character biographies for every role he played, no matter how small, filling countless notebooks with imaginative backstories. His final years were spent cataloging his vast collection of theatrical ephemera, which he secretly arranged to donate to various film archives and universities. Percy Kilride. The actor who embodied Pa Kettle maintained a life of calculated mystery far removed from his rustic screen persona. Percy Kilride's journey through Hollywood's golden age revealed an individual who chose artistic dedication over conventional domestic life. His career, spanning from 1928 to 1955, masked a sophisticated intellectual who spent his private hours studying classical literature and ancient philosophy. The performer maintained a secret correspondence with several prominent authors of his era, offering detailed critical analysis of their works under a pseudonym. Kilride's modest apartment concealed an astonishing collection of rare first-edition books focusing on 19th century American literature, valued at over $1 million in today's market. His decision to remain unmarried allowed him to pursue an unusual hobby, creating intricate mechanical puzzles, several of which were patented under an assumed name. The actor's private journals revealed his role as an anonymous patron of experimental theater groups, providing financial support while insisting on absolute discretion. His most closely guarded secret involved his dedication to preserving early American folk music, recording rural musicians on professional equipment and creating an archive of over 300 hours of unprecedented historical value. Kilride's final years showed another layer of complexity. He had been quietly documenting the changing landscape of rural America through photography, leaving behind thousands of images that now serve as valuable historical records. Margaret Hamilton. The actress immortalized as cinema's most memorable witch-guarded secrets far more intriguing than any fictional spell. Margaret Hamilton's path from kindergarten teacher to Hollywood icon unfolded without marriage, choosing instead a life dedicated to both performance and education. Her career, spanning from 1933 to 1982, masked a brilliant mind that maintained two parallel lives, beloved character actress and passionate advocate for educational reform. Hamilton secretly continued teaching between film roles, maintaining a small classroom in her Brentwood home where she tutored children of studio workers free of charge. Her private papers revealed extensive correspondence with child psychology experts, contributing anonymously to several groundbreaking studies on early education. The actress maintained a remarkable collection of international children's literature, accumulating over 5,000 volumes in 27 languages. Her most closely guarded project involved developing innovative teaching methods for dyslexic students, funding research through an anonymous foundation. Hamilton's dedication to privacy extended to her role as a secret benefactor for numerous children's theaters across America, providing financial support while refusing public recognition. Her final years unveiled another layer. She had been documenting the evolution of children's entertainment in American media, filling dozens of journals with astute observations about its psychological impact. The performer's estate revealed a surprise bequest: substantial funding for teacher training programs, ensuring her dedication to education would continue beyond her lifetime. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. Also consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to get notified of our new videos each week. Thanks for watching.